now recording, and I'm gonna make it radio-ish for you guys, so so that way I can use it on the air. So
I will stop swearing.
It's all right. I can edit those or beep them. Don't worry about the swearing.
Fuck yeah.
Right. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Exactly. See, I made it okay by doing it.
Let it out.
It feels good.
All right. The alternative, KWSS 93.9 FM. Dani Cutler show. And as you can see, I don't know if I'm above you or below you, but you're above me on the Zoom screen right now.
Yes.
Yeah?
Same.
So, wow. Nice. It's Snailmate.
We're above.
Hey.
We're above.
Oh, we're
Hello.
above. Hi.
Yes, you're looking down at me right now. Now you can, yeah. Exactly. I'm like, there they are. Up there. Okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes. Zoom is getting to me after 10 months of it.
Yeah.
So, hi. It's been a minute.
Hi. Yeah, it's
been a long time. I just checked our Instagram. We had one of the reminders, and the last time we were in with you was like 3 years ago.
It doesn't feel like that long.
Yeah, it said 3 years, but I was like, that can't be right. But
wow. Well,
yeah, I can't even remember what song we were talking about back then.
Yeah, who knows?
No, it might have been one of your tours too, like getting ready to take off or something like that, or in between, for the 5 minutes that you were home. Do you remember that, being in Arizona for just like a week?
Yeah.
Right. Like trying to cram in as many rhythm room shifts as possible before like going back out. So there was no rest.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Like we need that money.
Oh my gosh. So tell me, because yes, for those of you listening and watching who don't know, Snailmate, we call them a touring band. They, they're based here, of course, in Phoenix, but all of their work and everything, they're a touring band. They go out on tour, they've gone globally, and that's how they've had all of their revenue as a band for what, 4 years, 5 years?
About 5 years.
4 or 5 years, yeah.
So bum, there comes COVID and shuts down the world. And you still can't travel internationally right now unless you have a super, super good reason. And and most of Europe and the world is like, no, we don't want anybody right now. So, which is fair. How has that been? All of a sudden, you're like, you were planning a tour, I'm sure, this past summer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were actually in Florida when we heard about having to go home. So we played a show in Pensacola, and then we were like, okay, we have to go home. So we played one more show in Texas on the way home, and then we drove
East Texas.
Yeah, so we drove 19 hours straight after the show. Like we got done at 1 a.m, and we drove literally straight home without stopping.
Wow.
So
we didn't know about, because our government failed us, and we didn't know how we were supposed to approach COVID. So on the way home, we stopped at a gas station. We saw some people we knew. We gave them a hug. They had just gotten back from a rave. We gave them hugs. We went a little farther in Texas. We went to a restaurant with a salsa bar.
Yeah, we ate at a salsa.
We had no idea.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean,
and then we get home and we're like, we don't feel so good. Let's sleep for a week.
Yeah. But
right. Well, nobody knew. You're absolutely right. Knew. It was like,
it seemed normal. We were we're being responsible. We're on our way home and we need to eat and stuff. So we didn't even think twice about it. But
yeah. Now that would be the last thing in the world I would ever do. Just go to a salsa bar.
Yes. Let's go to this sushi buffet. Yeah. Sounds great.
Let's all put our hands in the chips.
Yeah.
I want some raw fish right now that's been sitting.
Right? I know, maybe a couple little sneezes on it and stuff too.
Oh my God.
And we were weighing our options as we're driving through Texas, passing through Austin. We're like, we have 5 or 6 shows booked here for South by Southwest, including a festival. And so we're like, it might still happen. So as we're passing through Austin, we're kind of slowing down, trying to take it all in. And then we made the hard decision to just skip South by Southwest, and thank God, because a few days later it's all shut down. But no one knew what was going on at the moment.
Yeah, so the shows we were on were still going on, and then we looked
we felt bad.
Yeah,
we had to cancel.
We were canceling all of them, and they're like, "Why are you canceling?" And we're like, "We feel like that's what we should do." And then people were weird about us canceling at first, and I think we had to cancel on that tour 30 shows, and most of them people were still weird. They were still weird about us canceling. And then after that, we had a European tour booked, a Brazil tour, and a Japan tour. And then the saddest thing about the Japan tour is that the band we were going with lives in Japan, and they still ended up getting to do the tour because everyone wore masks and listened. so all the small local shows are still going on there because everybody just like does their thing. So.
Yeah, they handled their shit.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. That's what it was. I mean, yeah, I remember we had our last show for KWSS was March 13th. And that afternoon, I was still talking to everybody saying, do we cancel it? That same afternoon, I was like, should we still have it? Should we still do this? What are we doing? Oof. And it was, I think everybody understands that feeling in the community.
Yeah, it was weird because we weren't, no one in charge like told us what the right decision was to do. So well, it was honestly,
at that time, even the people in charge didn't know what was going
on.
If
we would have known how it would turn out like this now, it wouldn't have been a second thought. It would have been like, yeah, cancel it. We should have been canceling shows a month ago.
Yeah, well, you did the right thing, just getting home. And
and then we had to cancel our Brazil tour, and getting our money back from the airlines was a huge pain in the ass. And they kept trying to give us a credit for like, oh, we'll give you a credit. And I was like, we don't want a credit, like, but it lasts a year.
Yeah, they're like, it lasts 12 months. And we're like, we're not going to be able to use it in 12 months.
I had to call my credit card company and finally get it back.
But you don't know when you start touring again, because eventually it's going to come back. You're going to get back out there again.
Right.
But number one, you don't know when that is. And two, you don't know what you're going to do. It's not suddenly going to be like, oh, okay, Brazil tour. Who knows, right?
Yeah, right.
It's not something you can predict.
Exactly. Especially now. We have no idea. But,
right. So how has it been? So you come home and you're like, okay, great. This is, our main source of revenue, and, getting out there to our fans and everything has been taken away. What happened? I mean, how did you adjust to that over the past months?
It was extra hard for us because our other main source of income is working at the Rhythm Room, which then shut down. So we, all of a sudden any sort of normality that we normally had was just totally gone, because we didn't have a job, because that's usually when we take breaks, especially during this like the winter and stuff, like we just work we bartend and serve and listen to music, and then we couldn't do that anymore. So like completely flipped upside down.
Yeah, it's been weird. We've been doing little different merch ideas. Luckily, so we were booking our first ever festival at South by Southwest, like an unofficial one that we were in charge of. And I had printed out of my own money like 100 shirts for that festival that were like custom to that. So luckily I was able to sell those online and get that money back. And we've just been doing weird merch ideas, working for DoorDash.
Yeah, we started
screen print for other bands. I just did another run for I Am Hologram. So I'm just always like screen printing for people.
Yeah. We started pretty strong with some live streams, and then it kind of tapered off as people were like, oh, come in and we'll do a live stream, but come do it at our studio. And then we had to figure out how to do it completely remote. And then so we were trying to do one a month, and then we kind of fell off, and then we finally started to gain momentum again recently. But
yeah, you did. You have your little cooking show.
Yes. twitch.tv/Snailmate. Every Tuesday we cook, every Wednesday we do live music, and every Thursday we do video games and makeup.
Nice.
In April of last year, we released a new song, I Know What You Want, and I directed a video all from home where I was like lint rolling everything, and like it was a lot of fun. I felt really good about the momentum. I was like, you know what, being at home just means more time for creativity. And then as the months went by, kind of just turned into depression.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I thought I was just gonna like really take advantage of the time, and it didn't quite work out that way.
Well, it's totally fine. I mean, everybody reacted to this differently, and everybody, no one expected it. It came out of nowhere, and then it was like, oh, all of a sudden we have to change our entire lives. Great. So I get it. Even for me, it was like ups and downs, it was just this the whole time, and sometimes this, and sometimes, and like my visuals there, just
right. I love that. Yeah, that's exactly.
But it is. I'm sure everyone at the radio will get this, right? Yeah.
Yes.
but yeah, no, it's ups and downs, and it was just never constant. And I think for me, I got into the habit of just like, okay, today, that one day at a time thing, that makes some sense now.
It does. It really does.
Yeah, because it was just like, okay, so let's get through today and see what's going to happen. And you don't plan too far ahead, and everything has like a little asterisk by it because it could change at any moment. And
yeah.
So, but you guys have still been, like you said, you've been creative, you've been producing things. You did that single, you had Hot Sauce for Blood come out, and that is a wonderful single. I love it so much.
Oh, thank you.
As much as I love hot sauce, so
yeah.
And I love hot sauce. It's not that I don't love hot sauce. Yeah.
That's amazing. Not everyone does.
Hot sauce is amazing.
Yeah, perfect. No,
I have a Tabasco face tattoo, so
I love it. You do love hot sauce. Oh my. It's a permanent part of you now.
Yes. So much.
Too fun. Well, that's a lot of fun. And then also another thing that I saw you guys start doing was you got on the TikTok craze there. So you started the TikTok and started doing some creativity things with the hot sauce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bentley's been obsessed with TikTok, and
that's probably the only reason I'm still sane, to be honest. Like, I have no shame in it. I love TikTok. Like, great. I just love it.
Yeah, you find your community on there, and then same with the hot sauces. Like, it was a way to start a dialogue and to reach out and meet new people. And the hot sauce community has been really great because it's almost like a music community, because these are all independent people doing it on their own, expressing themselves through their hot sauce, and it's a lot like music, and it's been really cool to connect with them.
Yeah, it's really great. It's a really interesting scene. Everyone's so nice too, and like the hot sauce scene, like
the hot sauce scene. That's amazing.
Yeah, it is. It's really cool, and like I had missed meeting new bands, and so it's really so similar. It's like you meet someone and they've got 5 or 6 different hot sauces that they make and they're passionate about, and it's like. And eating them, it's like listening to their music. And
a lot of them are oddly also musicians as well. So
nice.
Yeah.
No, that's great. I mean,
it's a very punk rock scene.
Yeah, and it's a creative process. Cooking in any form, it's a creative process. So it takes,
absolutely.
It takes art. It takes some talent. It takes some creativity. It takes some thought to figure out what you want to do and come up. Especially, I mean, levels of heat in hot sauce and flavors and what you want to add. And I mean,
and it's a risk to buy the ingredients and to produce it and then to make labels and to try to sell it. Like everyone is going out on a limb, and like it's a lot like being in a band and traveling and
I feel like even more stressful because hot sauce, it like expires at some point. If you buy CDs and don't sell CDs, they're technically not gonna like turn moldy or anything, you know what I mean? Right? But hot sauce, there's like
urgency to it.
Time limit on that.
That's true. All right, you guys, how hot do you go? What's the hottest hottest
all the way.
Both of you have ever gone with hot sauce?
Well, the other week on Twitch, we got paid $20 each, which was not enough money at all. I would never do it for $20.
Then they got excited and was like, for $40, we will take this shot of
the bomb hot sauce, which if you watch Hot Ones, I don't know, but we did a shot of half the bomb and half the final dab, the last dab from the show Hot Ones, which are like the 2 hottest like ever probably, and we mixed them together and did a full shot each, and and it was my fault, but we had to stop the stream because I was in so much pain that I thought my stomach was bleeding.
It was the worst thing that's ever happened.
And the next day I felt like I was hungover even though I hadn't had any alcohol. It was like literally the worst thing ever. So we've gone too hot, but I prefer pretty like scorpion peppers.
Yeah, I was eating a bunch of hummus last night, and I had 5 or 6 different Reaper based hot sauces that I was kind of switching through. So like, nice. I like it to burn.
Little hot make sauce sure we flight.
Don't. Every time, like 1 slice of pizza, 3 bottles of hot sauce.
Nice.
Most importantly, though, what is your favorite hot sauce?
Okay, so I haven't gone that hot yet because, well, I'm also a little older than you guys, so my constitutions are a little, Though I say that, but my mom, oh my goodness. I don't know how she has stomach lining. Seriously.
Oh no. She's cool, I'm guessing.
Oh, well, of course she's cool, but
well, yeah, she made you.
So I remember in high school, when I was in high school, she went back to school for a while, and she would always go out with the people that she met at school, and they'd go to Native afterwards. And the people at Native knew her and made their own wing for her.
Oh,
and it was
cranked it up.
Yeah, it was Reggie's Wings, and it was her thing, and it was hotter than their hottest. And,
wow.
And she just just no problem adding extra sauce. I mean, I did not get that gene from her.
I believe truly in the longevity properties of hot sauce and the health benefits of hot sauce. When we're on tour, we are constantly ingesting so much Tabasco and stuff. Like, we never get sick on tour. We always have a lot of energy. Like,
it's the peppers.
The peppers and the vinegar, like it's a lot of
when we're on tour, we'll go to Waffle House and eat one whole bottle. Like, I'll eat one bottle of Tabasco to myself at Waffle House, and then you're just some cleanse
on the road 7 months, interacting with all sorts of dirty people and dirty places, and not get even the only sniffles we get are just because we have too much hot sauce in our bodies.
Yeah, it's a cleansing property. It definitely is. And I prefer, so to go back to the question, I prefer something that has more of the slow burn to it. So it's like you eat it, and then as you're eating it, you kind of feel it coming on, but then it doesn't get so overwhelming, because I like the flavors. I want to get the flavors. I don't just want to be blasted with heat. So
totally.
So yeah.
Beautiful.
So I'll tell you what, we don't have to do this now, but you should think of a couple recommendations for me, and I'll try them.
Absolutely.
I'll send you a list. Yeah,
seriously, because I would love it. I would love it.
Okay.
Most importantly, do you like Tabasco at all?
Yes.
Cool. Okay.
Good.
Oh yeah.
Good. You're all right. You're all right.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
What would you have, anyone that doesn't like Tabasco?
I was just gonna say, would you just cut this completely off if I said no? I'm not.
Yeah.
Jeez,
the interview's over.
No pressure.
Right.
Oh my goodness. But all right, so let's get to this new single that is, at the time that everyone will be seeing this, is premiering. So
today.
Yeah. So we'll just say today, even though it's not today.
It's time travel.
Yeah.
Yes, we're all over the place here in time. So Donuts in the Rain. So tell me, I mean, the song is fantastic, as all of your songs are fantastic, and
thanks.
So tell me about this song.
Well, when we were writing it, we started out with something really kind of slow, and a lot of our songs are very fast, and it's like a very rapid fire like rap thing, and we're just kind of going, it's boom boom boom. And this song, we kind of started with a different intention to make it just something a little more kind of like a looming presence that was kind of creeping up on you, and then at the end it kind of explodes on you. And I was channeling my love for like doom metal, and I tried to do some like Tom Waitsy stuff with my voice, and so we were bringing in influences that we have but don't always get expressed with Snailmate. We're huge metal, like we love metal and screaming and rocking out, and we normally do that a little bit, but this song, like, that was really what it was all about. And so we tried to make it heavy.
So Donuts in the Rain, does that have significance? How did that title come to you?
Well, the song's kind of about it's about being is knowing that you're kind of messed up, and knowing that you have a lot of flaws, and accepting them, but knowing that they don't define you necessarily, and you can still be a good person, you can still be someone you want, and it's never too late to kind of turn into the person that you want, even though you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror and you're just like, you see all the negative things about yourself. And so Donuts in the Rain, I love donuts. They're my second passion besides hot sauce. And so the saddest thing I could think of was like a donut sitting outside, just like, almost like looking through the window at you, like being rained down on. And it's just like, it broke my heart into a million pieces. It's like, that's how I feel most days.
Like a donut being rained.
Yeah. And it's just like, but I don't want the sadness and the like kind of self-loathing to define my life and to define my relationship with others. So even though the song sounds angry and stuff, and when the big monster part comes in at the end, that
in the
is
music video,
it sounds scary, but it's actually like a joyous recreation of your own identity, because you have that power to be whatever you want to be.
That's why it's one day at a time. It's one day at a time. You may wake up and feel like you're the worst scum of the earth, but those feelings are just temporary. It's always temporary. So the video is also dropping.
Yeah, on the 19th of February.
Yeah, which is today, if you're in radio world right now listening. we're ahead of time.
Yeah. Oh no, today's the 16th.
The video's on the 19th.
Oh, the video's on the 19th. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, you know what?
Couple days.
I'm gonna be sending Chelsea a text about that later because I thought it was all the same day. So we'll blame her.
Oh, someone's
Shots fired. I'm kidding.
If you join our Patreon though, our Patreon, you can watch the video now, whenever. But
Snailmate Patreon.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So she's not all wrong.
There you go. Well, I was privy. I did get a sneak view of the video, and it's funny because I haven't asked you any questions about it yet. And before we started recording, I was like, I have many questions. But now that you've explained the song, the video makes a little more sense.
Yeah, I want to get I want your reaction to it.
So I started watching.
Good start.
And so it was all like, okay, this is great. It's another Snailmate video. I know what to expect. I've known Snailmate for years. And it's like, what's happening with Bentley? Wait. Then that was like my next thing was like, oh my God. And it was, all of a sudden we see, I don't want to give too much away though, because it hasn't premiered yet when this is airing.
That's
so I'm
true.
not going to give too much away. So my reaction was like, what? And then it was like, okay, but I had already heard the song, so I was listening, so I knew the song, so I was just kind of enjoying it all as it was, and so it's funny because I'm trying to talk about it without really talking about it. I'm like, yeah, it was cool.
It's a celebration of rebirth, but
yes.
It's grotesque. Humans we're all gross.
We are.
Yeah, and life gross. is
especially
gross,
after having a lot of hot sauce.
Right? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So yeah, it's gross, but it's meant to be a celebration, but it's also through a lens of like horror and
yeah, I feel like the ending, right. At least in the video, I mean it's strange. But I didn't make it. Kalen animated that all himself.
I animated it, did everything myself.
It's definitely a strange, but the ending is, it's like even if I didn't rebuild myself in the same way, I rebuilt myself, and that's something to be proud of.
Right.
So,
and if that doesn't get people's curiosities up to watch the video, then I don't know what will. Because we're mentioning like gross human bodies. Yeah.
And like fun, there was fun with animation, and then I got to lay on a green screen. Yeah, right. I got to lay on a green screen and model with the blood makeup on and stuff.
Yeah, I used about 5 different programs to like through the animation process, where cutting and pasting and moving things, and so it was a lot of fun to make, and it was something I've wanted to do for a while, and my abilities were developing as I was making the video. So like it was fun to see it all come together over the course of the months.
It was definitely a COVID thing where he learned how to do it all, and then he made the video, and then he's like, I'm gonna remake this whole part, and then like lots of stuff like that going on. Because
then you get the creative curse, which is once it's done, you're like, wait, I can tweak this. Wait, I know.
It's nice that it's finally done. And I say I never want to animate another music video again, but I'm also really proud of it. So like we'll probably do another one.
It's very well done. I mean, if this is your first foray into it, I never would have known that because it's very well done. Great animation.
Thank you.
So I'm always in awe over these technical, people who can animate, and I mean all I can do is talk into a mic. That's like the extended
well, hey,
mic.
You know how to record this. I don't know how to press record on Zoom. So that's something like I've been trying to Zoom with one of my friends and record it, and I don't know how. So you have other skills.
There we go.
Yeah, you're killing it, Dani.
And you hold down a radio show. So I don't think either of us could do that.
I try, but no, the video is very good. So great first video for you, Kalen, and I can't wait for everybody to see it. So it's Friday, the 19th. That's when that premieres. So great.
On the Snailmate YouTube.
Yeah.
Excellent.
YouTube.com/Snailmate.
And what's the Patreon? So if people like can't wait and they want to join your Patreon.
Yeah, that's just patreon.com/Snailmate as well.
We are giving behind the scenes of all of our creative endeavors, which as you've kind of discussed, there are many, whether it's our Hot Sauce or Bentley's YouTube channel or my animation and
our
art.
Twitch thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we actually were able to put up one of his, not the video, but a different animation he did. We're able to show a time lapse of like drawings and poster making and stuff. So if you join the Patreon, you not only get like behind the scenes, but you get to see like time lapses of how we recreate things. You also get to see our cats, and we have 2 Sphinx.
Nice. I know. Oh, yeah. I'm on TikTok. Seriously.
Yeah. So on the Patreon, you get a lot of pictures and videos and like kind of like a glimpse into their daily cat lives.
Yeah.
And then we're going into the recording studio later this month, going back into Lava Lake Studios with Ari Leopold to record some more songs. So if you join our Patreon, you can see that whole process and kind of get a sneak peek. And next month we'll be releasing a cover song, our first ever cover song. So there's a lot that we are excited to share with people that we didn't think that anyone would be interested in. And it's nice to
vibe.
Yeah, it's nice to vibe with people. Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. So my take is you were out on tour doing all this touring for so many years, and you have fans everywhere. Mm-hmm. You know, you have people who love you and go out to see your shows and want that, and that was taken away from them. So you know, as much as we're hurting, the fans are hurting, because that's what they relied on to see you. You know, they can listen to your music and everything, but now you've had all this time and you put this stuff together, so you're still reaching out to all the people who you can't be with right now. So you're just, you know, I keep using pandemic pivot. That's what it's been. Everybody's just been trying to find another way to connect with all of their fans. And for you, I think it's been especially important because you do have that global base of fans who are missing you right now. So
it has been nice to be able to like perform in our living room and have friends from Japan and Alaska and Florida and Brazil and Germany like all watch the same stream. Like that's been a really so cool thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's so great. See, I'm glad that you guys are still out there and you're still out there performing. You're doing it. You're just creating it in a different way.
And I'm excited to all the things that we're learning about blogging and Hot Sauce and all these things that we're learning here in the pandemic. I can't wait to apply them on the road and like
I cannot believe we went to Europe and Japan and didn't vlog. I'm so shocked. Like now that just makes total sense now that I know how to video edit and like I have a vlogging kit and stuff. I like cannot believe that's not something I thought about when we were in Japan.
It feels like it's daunting sometimes because it's just 2 of us and you know one of us has to drive and one of us has to do the other thing, so it feels like it'd be nice to have a third person like kind of hovering, but we're learning how. Yeah, I know. But we're learning, and I think once we get back out there, especially if you're on our Patreon, stuff like that, like we'll be able to provide a lot of cool insight into our process
that we would have never thought about before. So
I think that's fantastic. I'm so happy for you. Seriously.
Thank you.
I think it's fantastic. And just think about all the new fans that you've probably gained too because of this, that may have heard of you before because you haven't been able to spend all this time to do that and to create these things.
For sure.
So
and they probably didn't have as much time to scroll before too. Everyone has more time.
Right?
So.
I know. Thanks, COVID.
Right? Now we're all living.
Isn't that weird?
Oh my gosh. Well, you know, everything has a silver lining, and you don't realize how busy or the things that you might have been overlooking until you're forced to stop. So, I mean, you know, if you're going to put a silver lining on something, it happened with me too. Many times you're forced to stop and look back and you take an element literally out of your life. What are you going to do to make that up? And so, you know, it's good for introspective, I guess, if nothing else.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm excited for it to be over and go back to touring, but I'm very glad we had this chance to like gain all these new ideas and everything.
I think we're going to see a lot of that especially with live streaming and all of the things that you've done. I mean, even like TikTok. I mean, there's your vlog right there. If you can't get an actual vlog together, you've got TikTok. I mean, you know, it's an amazing platform. You know, I mostly scroll. I've thrown up a couple of my dog Lizzie videos, but you know, I haven't done too much with it because it can be overwhelming sometimes, but I mean, you know, your fan base right there, they're all there. So,
yeah, it's great.
You know, there's so many elements that I think can stay with bands once touring and live music comes back and people can be out and maybe even touch each other again. Won't that be weird? Wow.
I know it will be. It'll be really strange.
I look forward to the first reactions of those first, like, can we hug?
Yeah. Right.
No, it's gonna be great. Not feeling like you need an acid bath if you leave the house for 10 minutes. Like that's gonna be such a nice feeling.
I know. But oh, you guys, Bentley and Kalen, I'm so glad that you spent some time with me here on the Zoomy Zoom and catching up.
Thank you.
I have missed you so much.
Yeah, we missed you too.
Can't wait to see you in person.
It's really nice to talk.
I know. You know, if I'm out there hugging, it's going to be okay because I've been a little more cautious than a lot of people. So if I'm out there, you see me in public, it's all right.
Exactly. Yeah, same here. I haven't done anything. Yeah, no, it'll be great. All I've done is like go to the doctor's office and the post office when we sell merch, and that's like it. So
I know.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
It'll be back hopefully by the end of the year. We'll just, but again, as I said earlier, asterisk, it can always change.
Right. I know. Not getting my hopes up on anything.
Oh, I know. Well, people who are listening to this on KWSS right now, we're going to jump into the 939 local spotlight, which is going to be Donuts in the Rain. And later this week, I will drop a link to the video as well when it premieres. So, and you'll be able to see this full interview over on our social media, KWSS Radio. Kalen and Bentley, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And we'll talk soon, okay?
Yes.
Right, be safe out there. Wash your hands, everybody.
Yes, wash your hands, wear a mask.
Woo!